Nothing's better than a good old furniture flip. Immediately when I saw this table, I thought that I have to have it. I had such a vision for it, and I've been looking for a circle table for so long. And I just began with sanding off that top finish and sanding down the legs, and I actually kept the bottom of the table how it was because I planned on painting it this beautiful orangey brown color. I went in with painting with the sock method just to get a really smooth finish, and using a brush can be kind of hard to get in all those weird little tiny spaces. Once I got my base coat down, I went in for a second coat and it just looked so beautiful. After the second coat, I kind of needed like half of a coat and just touch-ups in certain areas. When painting a piece, you want to make sure you're not rushing, and you can't forget about the small details of the piece, like this little groove that I filled in with that color. Things like this just really bring the piece together. It was time to flip the piece, and then I just painted that last little section with my orange color. The reason I wanted a circle table is because I wanted to do that kind of yin-yang symbol with the fish. And I'm going to be applying this Chinese Goldfish Stencil to the top of my table, and I'm going to be applying it twice so they look like they're swimming around the table. I stuck my stencil down with spray adhesive and began painting some sections with the orange color. I mainly focused the orange color on the head and the fins, and then the body of the fish was going to be painted with this black antiquing glaze. I went in with some dark sections, some light sections, and then just went with a whole wash over the whole entire stencil with that glaze to create some shading in certain areas. I did that antique and glaze wash because I wanted the whole piece to look aged and I didn't want it to look too bright. I did go back in with my orange color to create some highlights. And I love how the first one turned out, and I couldn't wait to get to the second one. I did the same exact process, not making them exactly the same, but pretty similar, and I think they turned out so beautiful next to each other. I also taped off certain parts of the legs to create this little square orange space just to add another detail to the piece. To counteract all the orange in the piece, I went in with a very cool tone stain just so that the warms and the cools could play off of each other. I love applying stain on top of my stencils because it really just fades them into the piece, making it feel so much more wholesome. After applying a quick stain on the legs, the piece was finally complete and I love how it looks. This piece is definitely on the more unique side, but I absolutely love the outcome.
Head to our website to check out more of our stencils, and don't forget to tag us on social media with your stencil art.